Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome to Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. Now, Dark Souls 2 already has a reputation behind it. Not necessarily the greatest of Dark Souls games. Possibly not the worst if you include the copies. I'm pretty sure the worst might be Lords of the Fallen. But the creators of Lords of the Fallen would eventually get their own improved series in the Surge, I believe. But Dark Souls 2 does have its fans. I've played through Dark Souls 2. I have not played through Scholar of the First Sin. And I have not played through the expansions for Dark Souls 2. So, also, I'm not online because... Am I not online because, the settings are off? Or am I not online because the internet connection is still bad at my house? It's probably because it's still bad at my house. But that's okay because we don't necessarily need to worry about that this early on. For now, we could enter the world of Dark Souls 2. Start a new game. Start to experience the new enemy patterns. It's been a while since I've played through Dark Souls 2, but I do remember, and I've only played through a little bit of Scholar of the First Sin. So I am aware of some of the enemy pattern variations. Oh, but no, there we go. There goes the online mode. Do I remember the storyline? Not a chance.
Maybe in a dream, a murky, forgotten land.
Although, to be fair, I've never really been very enamored with the Dark Souls storylines. I was more into Bloodborne's, although Bloodborne presents its storyline more front and center, whereas Dark Souls games tend to hide their storylines in the lore.
Where souls may mend your ailing mind.
Your character has the dark sign, I believe, which is like,
You will lose everything. Once branded, the symbol of the curse, an augur of darkness. Your past, your future, your very light.
I mean, it's a very visually striking cinematic,
None
even if...
will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human.
Even if it's not necessarily
A
clear
thing
what is
that
going
feeds
on,
on
other than the
souls,
fact that you are apparently
a horror.
banished from your previous life.
Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drang Lake.
Nah, they actually
Feel
called it
familiar?
Dave's Town.
No.
But that was forgotten.
But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why.
And then, it's like you go off to this portal to find a means of entering said world, and get pulled, I want to say, into like an underwater current? But I suppose, like, this is fantasy. It's not everything needs to be perfectly clear. As long as I have a sword in hand, a shield in the other, then in that case I'll know what to do. Which, in the case of Dark Souls 2, I remember the big issue was like a lot of sword and shield enemies, a lot of circle strafe and block and hit.
Like a moth drawn to a flame, your wings will burn in anguish. Time after time.
Or maybe it's just that there are so many metaphors layering over each other that any concrete vision as to like what is actually happening gets just lost in the layers of metaphor.
Your fate. The fate of the cursed.
I mean, still, cinema look pretty. Though it is one of the only cinematics in the game, as Dark Souls tends to avoid that sort of thing. And now here we arrive, hollow and classless, in the things betwixt. I don't think there's anything for us here, which is fine, because we're still in the tutorial section. I forget that this game does the Demon Souls thing of halving your health when you're in hollow form. I'm sure I'll find a ring, and I want to say I can at least equip like 4 different rings, which is very nice. Like, that's something I can appreciate. Like, I know this character has 10 fingers. I can see their hands. They can equip 10 rings, in theory. Why, hello. I did not bring a sword, so if you don't mind me. Strange, tiny demon dog creatures. I have a visit to make inside this house. I need to name myself. I need to choose a class and experience a tutorial.
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face. The face of the curse.
It's an undead. An undead has come to play. They all end up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you?
You're finished. You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them.
Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls. This is the fate of the cursed.
What is your name?
And that thing with the hollowing, like, it's brought up in Dark Souls, Demon Souls, it's never really defined, or at the very least, explained. I've heard people describe the hollowing process as the loss of purpose. Like, you don't become a zombie or an undead creature in a similar fashion that you might in like a zombie movie where your blood is biologically transforming. You become that undeath, that hollow person when you have no purpose to drive you in life. Like, what's his face? I'm drawing a blank. So yeah, like Solaire, his purpose was the worship of sunlight. But when he discovers that the sunlight that exists is just an illusion, his purpose is lost, and that puts him in danger of becoming hollow. Let us name our character as we are currently always naming our character. Malice. Or is it 2 L's and 1 S? Does it even matter? 2 L's and 1 S.
At least you know your own name.
It's a start.
Here's your reward for sharing.
Oh, thank you.
It's a human effigy.
Take a closer look.
Who do you think it's supposed to be?
Think back, deep into your past. Yes, it's an effigy of you.
Wow, that's this vaguely human shape. Looks just like a man in a loincloth. Exactly. How? What will we make our build? The thing is with From Software games, with the Dark Souls games especially, I don't worry too much about the character creator because you'll almost never see your character in such pristine a condition. They'll always generally appear zombified or like even Bloodborne. Like Bloodborne, your character is intact the entire game, but your clothing just covers up everything. So it's like, what was even the point of spending all the time at the character creator? I think the problem with this hairstyle is it just kind of juts out. No, that's too bright. There we go. And then a matching eyebrow color. Do we want to change the eyebrows? Angry eyebrows. Furry eyebrows? And eye color, that's like hair color and eye color tend to be the things I lean to. Simply because those stand out more. Class and gift. Shall we be a warrior? Oh, by the way, something to note. Last time, with Dark Souls 1, I tried to do a miracle build. Something that I have not done before. And the result of which was basically I had one additional healing spell. I had my Estus Flask, and I had the healing spell, but it didn't change my play style that enough to really be a meaningful change to how I normally play the game. And I probably made the game harder for myself because of that. So we got Warrior if we want weapons, high strength, dexterity. Knight. No shield for some reason. A traveling knight. I sold my shield so I could travel. High HP and adaptability. What does that even mean? A swordsman. Fights gracefully with strong weapons in both. I've never actually played a dual-wielding Dark Souls character. I don't even know how to even start with that, other than, I suppose, pressing A. A bandit, cleric, I'm not even going to worry about cleric. High faith did not help me. A sorcerer I might try. An explorer looks dumb as all hell. I mean, look at that Dark Souls scout outfit. And I'm not brave enough to start as a depraved. So what is it going to be between? It's going to be between sorcerer, where I can play as Gandalf, swordsman to try something new, but then I won't have a shield, and this game is very shield dependent. Or warrior, battle scarred. Or do I want my high HP? I mean, these are all just starting points. I could spread my points throughout. I am not stuck in this route indefinitely. Alright, I think I'm going to go with Sorcerer, only because I don't think I've ever actually finished a Souls game as a Sorcerer character. And I feel at the very least that should be different enough from my previous runs. So, let's do it. Gift. We definitely want a gift. It will not be a petrified something. Or will it be? Let's see. Bonfire Ascetic. No. Seed of a Tree of Giants. A seed grown from a Tree of Giants. Inedible. Homeward Bone. Healing Wares. Human Effigy. Life Ring. It's either going to be the seed of a Tree of Giants or a petrified something. The petrified something, I believe you hand over to this game's version of the birds from Dark Souls 1. So I think I'm going to take the seed of a Tree of Giants. And that's it. This is our true self.
All people come here for the same reason. To break the curse.
You're no different, I should think.
I mean, why would you want to...
Doesn't stand a chance.
Would you just not want to break the curse?
You never know. Go through the door and trot along to the kingdom.
But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow. Oh, I'll fool you no longer. You'll lose your souls. All of them. Over and over again.
Ah, thanks for your vote of confidence. But they're right. Let us swap the sword. Or actually, let's swap the, the dagger to the left hand and the sword to the right. Hello, tell me about yourself.
This is a limbo. A link between Drangleic and the outer world. Fair traveler, I know that you must have a story. Why else would you visit such a place? This lost, decayed kingdom. My name is Millibeth.
Why, hello, Millibeth.
Old women
I am
were
Malice.
Firekeepers. I am here to look after them. It is what my mother did, and her mother before her, and so on.
Did they all look after the same firekeepers or different generations of
The
firekeepers?
old women were keepers of the fire. But now, the fire shows signs of fading. And the kingdom is beset by hollows. The old women are sisters. I am told there was a fourth. Long ago, firekeepers were commonplace. But now they are lost, scattered to the winds. The old women are sisters,
Okay.
but now they are...
Allow me to loot your stuff. I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to take your stuff. I forget if in Dark Souls 2, this was when you can accidentally start damaging items in treasure chests if you hit the treasure chests to check whether or not you're dealing with a mimic. Ah, a fireplace. Ooh, a torch. Oh yeah, the torch mechanic. I forgot about that. Bonfires are places of respite. You may also light torches on them. Do I have to have the torch? The Bone of Order. Alright. Like, how does one use a torch? Didn't I just pick one up? Oh wait, here we go. There we go. And then we've got the beginning tutorial area. One of the things I always like to do is light all the torches in this beginning area. It's not necessary, it just looks nice. It provides the feeling of completionism. Alright. That's enough for now. So this is a new thing for Scholars of the Lost Sin. Is this fellow over here. A statue blocks your way. He has been petrified. The only way to get past him is to have the cure for petrification. I do not have that on my person. Which effectively blocks off this area, which was accessible in the original version of Dark Souls 2, which allowed you to go into that coffin, which will change your gender. If you selected a male character, you become a female character, and vice versa. It will not tell you that it is doing this. It will simply do it. And then you'll just emerge. And that's, I think, one of the things that points out how little your character appearance matters in a Dark Souls game. Because at first I didn't necessarily notice any difference because everything's just covering it up. Although at that point you could say that like there's a bit of a more unisgender status to it, but like by that point I think I had already died, so my face had already succumbed to becoming zombified. A friend of mine who is also playing Dark Souls 2 had gone into the coffin and hadn't even noticed the change, and had played for many hours more than me. Alright, let's see if we can take this guy out with magic, because otherwise he could take us out in like one hit. Just soul arrow him to death. Like, don't mind us. We're going to be incredibly cheap for our very own... for our very first enemy encounter in this game. But, like, this is something that isn't new. Like, the enemy placement here. Like, you had to deal with an uncompromising, tough enemy right from the get-go. Right in the prologue, possibly, like, right after you got your first weapon. And if you had just a sword and shield, like, your shield wouldn't be good enough to block that guy's damage. And you can see already the wear and tear this has done on the staff. The usage of these spells. What did I pick up? A ring. So, you have the ring. Additional reduction of enemy poise. This beloved ring of the gallant shieldless Lothian, formerly of Ferosa. This effect may seem trivial, but for those who comprehend how critical it is to exploit a hole in enemy defenses, the significance of this ring will be clear. Right. I don't think that this ring is going to stay on. Once I get, like, 4 more rings, that ring is going to be replaced. Oh, I got the first staff of most sorcerers. I'm carrying a beginner's staff. Wizard's first staff. Sorcerer's staff for beginners. Gold pine resin to gently caress upon thy sword. What was over here? Wasn't there an item at the end of this stream? I see an item there. The trick is, do I get it by... Yes, I would get it by jumping. Because that just leads me back to the house. And when I say jump, I just mean fall with style. A small, smooth, and silky stone. So at the very least, I'll still have something to donate to the cause of give us smooth, give us silky. Since I decided against the petrified something. But after ignoring the tutorial for so long already, although that's the thing, like those fire keepers in there, once you hear them once, every other time I've tried playing through the game, I've never listened to them again. Attack. I'm aware of this, but thank you. Doesn't even kill in one hit. I'm very disappointed. But then again, I have not leveled up at all, so there is that. I do appreciate that I don't have to worry about, like, unequipping or re-equipping the torch in order to use it. Like, they could have very well just made the torch its own item. Yeah, why would two-handing a staff make my magic better? Of course it's not gonna do that. Now there are... Oh, hello. I got a nice view of you. Ooh, I get to try out a backstab here. I failed at the backstab. That's okay, I'll have probably plenty more tries at backstabbing in my Dark Souls 2 career. Shall we still carry the torch? Why, hello. How are you? Another dagger. Because we can never have too many daggers. Ah. Can I not backstab with the offhand? I mean, for that, then I can... Let's swap out the dagger. Let's swap it in the... So that's in the main hand. And see if that's what's preventing us from backstabbing. Because in theory, any one of those multiple dagger swipes should have been a backstab. But they were not. All right. Why, hello. Oh, I forgot that I swapped out, weapon slots. Oh no, the tutorial is falling apart around me. Well. I mean, that wasn't very clean, but it got the job done. Still, I was hoping I was going to be able to try out backstabbing, but he decided to put himself in a corner. And by doing such, he put me in a corner as well. We were both in our own corners. What have we got here? A life gem. Use item. I should consider using a life gem. Yeah, this game is different in that it gives you the limited Estus shards. Ah, here we go. Would you like something smooth? Would you like something silky? I have something smooth and something silky for you. What did I get? I got a Soul of the Lost Undead. Fantastic. That's one more Soul of the Lost Undead that I didn't have moments ago. All right. Let us drop down. Oh my gosh. Whew. That was a little bit farther than I was hoping to drop, but that's okay because we survived. Light sconces with a torch. Well, I'll have you know, I'm aware of sconce lighting. You don't have to tutorialize me on the nature of sconces and the need to light them. Why, hello! No, I don't need to. Why, hello, you too! You know, without a shield, I'm probably only going to backstab so many individuals. And by so many, I mean whoever already has their backs turned. Luckily, I still have 24 more arrows, more soul arrows, should I say. Ah, yeah, and this section teaches you how to jump. Perform a dashing jump. It's like a regular jump, but way more handsome. No. I wasn't lined up quite right. Oh yeah, so dashing. So dapper. An amber herb. Does that just refill your, Yep, slightly restores spell uses. I was gonna say mana pool, but you don't really have a mana pool. There we go. And the timer for the torch freezes, despite the fact that it is still lit. That is convenient. Anybody I can see? Oh my gosh. That was not what I intended to do. My intention was... Oh, hello. Was to just stand on the edge and throw spells. A cracked red-eye orb, the tool to invade the worlds of another. All right. Damage Trebek. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to come back. 1 second while I cut to me being back on that bridge. Alright. Now we can light this torch on the bridge. Don't want to leave any torches unlit. 'Cause reasons. I can't think of any, but I'm sure if you have any reasons why I shouldn't leave torches unlit, let me know why I'm doing the things that I'm doing in the comments below. Now, can I hit any of these frog things from this angle using spells? Yes, I can. Ah, the joy of draw distance in classic games. Like, notice how close, the closer he gets to the camera, the more frames of animation he gets to himself. Far away, he doesn't get so many frames of animation. But yeah, that's about as much as we can explore of the tutorial now. You used to be able to explore more, but things changed. This is not just the Dark Souls 2 experience. There has to be something ironic about the idea of using a torch to light everything inside a small area, and then not keeping the torch to go through a darkened hallway. Try happiness! Be wary of life in short horse. What on earth does that mean? Visions of death. That made more sense. So, illusory wall ahead. I'm pretty sure that's a liar message. Are you ready, fatty? Fat shaming, and I haven't even played a whole hour of the game. And Majula, so pristine. Look at it. Very pretty. For all the criticism that Dark Souls 2 has gotten, I don't think its art department is deserving of much. Divine Blessing. Ah, thank you, fellow Dark Souls 2er. Item ahead, but guts required. I'm going to rate you as a plus. There we go. And if I remember correctly, this item is a pair of binoculars. Oh no, this is a morning star. It is not a pair of binoculars. This is a pair of binoculars. Alright, the various paths leading from the encampment. Let us light this bonfire. Ooh, let's go check out and see how many people have died playing this game. I guess that would be more specifically this version of the game, which would be Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the Lost Sin, Xbox 1/series version. Okay. It would be nice if they used commas. That's 188,955,632 deaths worldwide.
You're undead, aren't you?
Ah, you're observant. Good job.
You have that distinct scent.
the smell of irreversible fate. This is Majula. It is a kind of settlement. A place where life is almost normal. And in Drang Lake these days, there are very few places like that.
Oh, all right. Thank you for...
I am Solden. And like you, I lost everything. And now I'm here. You probably heard that it was possible to break the curse here. Well, that's not true at all. There's nothing here for you, me, or anybody. Do you know much about souls?
I've read about them
Even I'm not certain,
in books.
but I'm told that the soul is the essence of life itself. Anything living, sentient or no, supposedly has one. What we call the curse is traceable to the soul. Do you see what that means? To be alive, to walk this earth. That's the real curse, right there. We undead will never die. And that's quite a predicament, really. There are 4 beings in this land with giant souls. And wherever you go from here, you'll sooner or later come up against them. Each has a powerful soul and a terrible curse. If that frightens you, then you ought to just give up right now, like I have.
Oh, all right. I didn't know the option was on the table. I guess I'll just give up.
Do you ever cry out for help? The journey of an undead is long and treacherous. You will face invaders from other worlds at every turn. If you need help, why not proclaim faith in the Blue Sentinels? When you face danger, the Blue Sentinels will come to your aid. Protection is yours, if you wish. You need only accept their kind embrace.
Sure, why not? I've never used a covenant for anything in any of these games. At any time. But I will join your covenant.
That is a wise decision. People are weak, but the Blue Sentinels watch over us in their benevolence. Let the Sentinels cradle you in their embrace. Do you feel lonely here? It suits me just fine, as I've nothing left anyway. It will grow on you, this place. Give it some time.
All right. Well, teach me a gesture. Welcome.
Do you see the way beyond the bonfire? That will take you to the forest of the giants. There was once a great fort, but little of it remains. You may just find something there that will be of use on your journey. But don't venture too far inside, or you might not come back.
All right.
Hade's Tower of Flame lies beyond the far gate.
I believe that would be that one on the right.
In the cathedral, the Apostles of Blue gather. But the road leading there is perilous. The gate is rigged with some contraption. But how it works, I just don't know.
So it is locked, and you cannot go that way.
Have you seen that pit, that gaping hole in the earth?
It's right there in the center of
I
town.
don't know what it's like down below, but I wouldn't suggest trying to find out.
I wouldn't either, because the fall damage in this game is very high.
Never make it down there. Not without a ladder of some sort.
Or a ring that reduces fall damage, and several levels to increase your hit points.
The flame you see there is a bonfire. They exist all across the land, beacons to we undead. If you are tired, try resting beside the flame. The flame heals us. Long ago, a woman called a firekeeper watched over each bonfire. She kept the flame lit and guarded it from those who would extinguish it. I wonder where the firekeepers went.
That is an excellent question. Will we solve that problem?
Did you notice any letters on the ground? On
Probably
the way?
not.
These are messages that have jumped the fissures between worlds. In Dram Lake, the flow of time is convoluted. Things shift and waver, twist and turn. Poignant wishes, dashed dreams. The messages convey our very inner thoughts. If your will to soldier on falters, try leaving a message. Somebody out there is sure to listen. You may notice these are summoned signatures. They call upon spirits from other worlds through the schisms in time. If you fear hollows, find summoned signatures to call upon spirits there.
But do you have to be I forget if you need to be unhollow in order to do so in this game. Alright. I think we've talked to this guy way more than we needed to. The letters are worn beyond recognition. Really, the important person to talk to is right over here. This lady.
Are you the next monarch? Or merely a pawn of fate? Bearer of the curse, I will remain by your side till this frail hope shatters. Take this with you. May it ease your journey.
An Estus flask.
Go on and see the king. He who made Dranglake what it once was. He who peered at the essence of the soul. King Vendrick.
You may level up by the power of the Emerald Herald.
Bearer of the curse, seek misery. For misery will lead you to greater, stronger souls. You will never meet the king with a soul so frail and pallid.
So soul judgmental.
Seek those whose names are unutterable. The four endowed with immense souls. Their souls will serve as beacons. Once you have found them, return here to me, so that hope will not fade away. Bearer of the curse, seek souls, larger, more powerful souls. Seek the king. That is the only way. Lest this land swallow you whole, as it has so many others.
Okay, now eventually, there we go. Now we could level up, we could talk, we could leave. We are going to leave, and I think this is where we're going to stop for the night. Got any suggestions for someone to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.